Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing coming to you with another tutorial. This project is actually a design team project for a new design team that I am on. That is with House of Mahalo. That's Justine Jenkins over there. And so I will have all of the links and applicable information down in the description box. I'm doing this early in the month, so I want to make sure I check in with her to see what all I'm going to include in the video description box for reference for you guys. So we're going to be making a paper bag journal using 4 paper bags. Now my paper bags are from Walmart. They are a little bit larger. They measure 6 inches by 12.5 inches tall. We will be cutting them down, but that's the size. Each of these has 4 large pockets. 4 large pockets that measure 6 inches by 7 inches. So very large journal cards can go in there. And then it has 3 different places for these small half pockets, which take journal cards that measure, I put 6 by 6 on my instructions, but I did not do that. I made them short. They could be taller, obviously, but full disclosure here. So I was looking at this and realizing I decorated the cover, but then some of my panels are upside down. So see how this panel is upside down? Bummer deal. So this one will be going in my reference journal. So look at that. They're all upside down. So in fact, everything's upside down. Even the flowers are upside down. So that was my bad. But I decorated the front and I decorated the back. Just did them upside down. So I'm using in this particular prototype, I used the Anne Shirley kit that I've been linking in the Anne with an E Spring Journal playlist. So, but that's not the focus here. The focus is the beautiful, beautiful digitals from House of Mahalo. So I decided to work with her Magnolia Kit. And so that's what we're going to be using today. I've got a number of supplies out here. My eyelet setter, which I'm going to set over here. Eyelets. My ink, which I'll just leave over here, a ruler so I can just show you some measurements as we go, scissors, a pencil in case we need to mark anything, my corner rounder, and my trimmer. I did cut out all of the quotes because I wasn't sure words, I wasn't sure what I wanted to use, so I'm just going to set these up here so they don't get lost in the mess here. I have pre-cut everything, so I've got the cards to go in the inside small pockets, the cards to go in the large pockets. We'll need to be inking and all of that when we get to that point. So I feel like my view, I started this video over because it feels very dark in here. I'm hoping that it's not as dark as it seems to me. But the window's open, the lights are all on, and it's a beautiful sunny day outside, so I don't know what's going on with that. So I'm going to go ahead and move my mouse once again. So I always forget because I have to use it to start the video, and then I forget to move it. So as I mentioned, we have 4 paper bags. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and glue this shut, okay? And we're going to allow the bulk. Sometimes there's a way that you can take this off so that you don't have all of this bulk, like you can cut out this section. I don't even know what they do, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to go ahead and glue them shut, and then I'll show you what's next. So I'm going to do that with all 4 of these envelopes just by putting glue in here. I'm going to use my big art glitter glue because it's easier when you're doing a big space. So just getting that nice and glued up. We will also be gluing the gusseted sides closed, but we'll do that in a little bit. So let me just do this really quick. Okay, there we go. This is not coming out. Well, I guess it's got a tiny tip on it. I'm working really hard to get that glue to come out. So we're going to go ahead and set 3 of these aside. And then what we're going to also do is we're going to cut each of these down so that they are 7 inches from here to here. I do want this kind of sketchy part on the outside. So when you fold them, just fold them so that they are to the this part is to the outside. Then things won't get as caught in the pockets. I'm just trying to even this up a little bit. I find that these bags from Walmart, these larger bags, are way more uniform than any others I've used. So I'm just gonna, we want to cut this down to be 7 inches this way. So from here to here is 7 inches. So I'm going to cut each of these down. Let's go ahead and fold all of them just so that we're ready to go. I absolutely love magnolias. I would love to take some time and really paint them because I think they are a beautiful flower. They're a challenge to watercolor paint because they are very, well, they come in a variety of colors or tones of pink and white that I've seen anyway, but they are tricky to paint because they're, it's hard to paint white. I'm not an expert watercolorist, so it's hard for me to figure out how to get my shadows when I'm painting a white or mostly white flower. So anyway, so I'm going to cut these all down to 7 inches. I am going to do them one at a time so that I don't bungle this process. So let me do that really quick. I did watch this video a long time ago, and I only made a note in one of my ideas lists, and so I apologize. I do not know where I saw it. I will try to find it if I can, but just know that I did not think up the idea myself. Don't worry yet about inking. I'm just finding my bone folder. Where my bone folder? My bone folder. Is that what you call it? Where's my good one? My favorite one. Where did you go? Where did you go, favorite bone folder? Let me see. Huh, that's interesting. It is not in its home, and everything has a home in this space. So I'm just going to give this a good burnish all the way across all of these just to make sure that everything is as flat as it can be. I haven't made a paper bag journal in a long time, but I love it because everything is so noisy. Like the paper bag is so noisy. It's wonderful. So I don't know how it feels. I mean, I guess you lose that when you start covering it, but it's fun to work with nonetheless. So yeah. So yeah, Justine has started a whole team of creators to help her get her digitals out there, and they're beautiful. I think you're going to love these images. So now we're going to take the first oh wait a minute, nope, let me back up. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to glue these two together. Okay, and they're going to become our front and our back cover. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac just because I need to get more glue out quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I didn't really worry in my prototype about inking the paper bag because you can go back and do that later. Of course, if you wanted to do that first, you certainly could. So I'm just going to cover this whole area here. I need to fill my Fabri-Tac because when it gets about halfway full like it is now, or a little less than half, it doesn't want to come out. So, and I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac because it gives you some time to move it and to get things lined up. Now, paper bags are imperfect, so don't be concerned if you can't quite get things to line up. It's not a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and get some glue under there since it's popping up. Okay. And then we're just going to, I'm going to do it this way, is my preferred way, but you want flap to flap, okay? Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I wanted to do. Ugh. That's not what I wanted to do. Shoot. It should have been just glue here to make a pocket. So, give me a second. You know, perfection is not at play. I just do my thing here, but we're going to try to get that glue to come up. So let's see what we can do here. I may have to go grab another bag. I think I'm going to grab another bag because I don't want to delay the video. So give me just a moment. I'll be right back. In case you guys aren't aware, I have a very beautiful studio. I'm very grateful, but it does not hold all of my stuff anymore. So I have some Calyx bins out in the living room that hold things like my envelopes and my paper bags and stuff because I don't have room in here. So I'm going to trim this one down and get us back to where we were. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm recording this again early in the month. It's April 5th, Saturday, but I wanted to, when I have a design team project, I like to get those knocked out right out of the gate because it just takes the pressure off of me for the rest of the month. So, okay, there we go. So now we're here and here. So this time we are going to, we're going to just glue, we're just making a pocket. So we're going to glue on 3 sides. So I will be using my white glue for that. Goodness gracious, I don't know what I was thinking. I just got back from a trip to the beach with my sisters, which, you know, sister time is always really beautiful. It's important, but my family dynamics are very complicated. And so I often get quite triggered by my sister. So, I mean, and it's not her fault. It's not their fault. It's just the nature of trauma and childhood stuff. So I'm just trying to line that up a little bit so that it's even-ish on the sides and the top edge here. And so that's what she looks like. Okay. It's not lined up on here though. It's sticking out, but that's okay. Paper bags are irregular. Okay. So we will go back and we'll be gluing the gussets closed when we get to that point. So right now we're just getting the construction done. So now this is a pocket in the center of the journal. That didn't really hold, probably because I was moving it around. Try to be a little bit more patient, Renee. But so that pops up and you've got that pocket in the middle. Okay, so then I'm trying to I'm hoping that I can remember how we did this. So so that's that, and then yep, like that. Yep. So then this gets glued same fashion in a pocket form. You don't have to make a pocket. I just wanted pockets, so I'm going to do the same thing. Put glue on 3 sides here. So anyway, after I have my time with them, I've always, it just stirs things up, you know, from childhood. And so I've had some rough sleeps. I'm going to turn this just so I can put this on correctly from the angle that works the best for me. So I'm just going to lay that down right there. Okay. And I'm just picking it up and straightening that out as best I can. Okay. Boom. Okay, so now we've got, that's one pocket there, and that's our middle pocket, gusseted pocket, which we're going to glue the gussets closed. And that's our middle. Oh, it looks like I flipped it over, so let's turn that around so I keep you straight. So we put, well, I guess we did put it on. Did we put it on the back or the front? It doesn't matter. So 2 bags make up the center, the front and back cover, and then the other 2 envelopes make up this other pocket that gets glued to the prior page. So that's that. So that means this is going to go here, and this is going to go, oh my goodness gracious, Cara-Renee. Like no. Ugh. Let me turn it here. So sorry, you guys. This is not going as I thought it would. So I just did this yesterday too. It's crazy. That's that. Oh, it's here like this. Boom. Sometimes backwards and upside down does not work for me. Okay. And we're going to glue this again on 3 sides. And then we'll move on. I'm hoping that this is not too confusing for you. It's not as smooth as I had hoped, but you know, if you follow my channel, then you know that I don't stress out about things that don't work out perfectly. So I'm just turning that again just for my angle, and I'm lining this up here, okay? And I'm going to pick it up quickly and try to line it up. I'm looking at this top edge, but I'm also looking at the sides, okay? There we go. So anyway, I'm not sleeping. So probably what you're getting is some fatigue here. Okay, so then you open it. You've got a pocket. Well, you got a pocket here, pocket here, pocket here, large pocket here, and large pocket. Okay? So now we're going to cover them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to ink up everything that is important right now. These are later, and I'll explain these to you when we get there. But I'm going to take a moment and ink up all these panels just so that I don't have to waste your time. So I will be right back. Okay, getting to the end of this round of inking, I realized when I was going around the large journal cards that I will want to round the corners, so I'll have to ink the corners again, but we've got a good head start on the inking. I also did not do the small journal cards because I might round those as well. I don't remember. Okay, so these are our panels, and these are actually from a different kit. So Justine did give us permission that if we needed to kind of complement our project with other stuff, we could do that. So I needed something that was background-ish for this project. So I went ahead and grabbed these. I'll let you know where I got them. And then these are the actual journal cards that are going to go in the pocket. So there's 8 of these, and then there are 6 of these. So that means there's 12 journal cards in total in this project, and that's without pockets. So which again, I will probably add more pockets after the fact. Okay, so then you want to decide what do you want to have on your front. Okay, and I really like this one. So I think I'm going to do that on the front and the back. So I'm just going to put my glue on here. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac here because it gives me, again, time to move it. Okay, got some glue on the table there, and I like to have kind of a grungy inking, as you can see there, so it's a little bit wild and crazy, but look at how beautifully that fits. I did have some issues with my prototype where I had some white showing because I don't ink on both sides. Now I did actually print on the back of these, so they're not going to look as bad as my last one, but I'm going to try to trim that up. So you see how I have that edge hanging over? So I'm going to try to just trim that up a little bit if I can. Going through the paper bag too. Goodness gracious. My angle was not right. There we go. So easy to fix. Okay, we're going to turn her over and we're going to do the back. Same process. Apparently precision is not my friend today. I'm getting glue all over my desk. So when we start decorating the front and back covers, that's when we'll want to pay more attention to the direction of the paper, the direction of the paper bag journal itself. So I'm just trying to move that down because I've got it a little high, and it looks good to me. Okay, so that is the front and back cover. So now let's go ahead and glue our things shut. So we want to glue all of these gussets shut. Okay, so I'm just going to run some glue here on the edge of each of these, as well as in here. This is the pocket part. We're going to put some glue in there. So let me do that really quick, just to help us move along. So again, I'm just going up here. It's hard to see, but I'm going to go up the top here. Okay, and then down the side. We don't need that gusset. Just make sure you don't glue this shut. So that's why I'm kind of opening and closing it to make sure that I'm not capturing something that I don't want to. So I'm going to get this part in here as well, which just requires glue on the very edge is usually enough to glue that shut. Okay, and then we'll have to do the other side as well. Oh, we got another bit there. And if you discover you missed some, it's not a big deal. You can just go back and do it later. You could have done this before you start covering it with a paper as well, but it makes no difference when you do it, just that you do it, in my opinion. Okay, so we've got that one, and where are we loosey-goosey here? So I will go ahead and be back. I'm going to just cut the rest of this out because I'm doing the same thing over and over because I still need to do the other side. So I'll be right back. So here, as I move to the end, I did figure out that it was easier to flip the book as I was doing it, flip the journal open as I was doing this so that I could make sure I wasn't gluing a page together, which I did on the other side. I'll show you in a second. So we've got to glue that closed. So if you do this, you'll probably figure out your own little tricks to make this work. So that's our middle pocket. A little bit uneven, but that's okay. That one is all closed up. So we've got one more, and then we are done with this step. Oh, that goes all the way. I've got one more small section to close. So this right here needs to be closed as well. Okay, and then just give that a good press. All right, so on the other side, I realized I glued this shut. I was able to just open it up, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so now all of our gussets are glued shut. Oh, except it looks like I missed, did I miss one? I did. Let's close it. Close it up. Alrighty, so now we can start covering the inside. So we've got our front and our back, okay? And let's see, what do we want to do next? Let's go ahead and put these ones next. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing these on. I do suggest using a glue like a Fabri-Tac or a silicone-based glue because they generally have more time to move them if you get them kind of wonky. So beautiful cuts, Cara-Renee. Beautiful cuts. So then we're going to flip this way and cover this one with the same paper. You could also put your glue directly on your bag. It's just personal preference. Just like so easy. Once you pre-cut everything, it makes everything go so much faster versus doing it kind of getting your panels ready as you go along. Oh, we got some glue stickage. Not a big deal. Again, if that was white glue, that might be a problem. I probably had some on my desk. Okay, so I think I would like to cover, did I cut something for the PAL? I don't think I cut for the pockets. Oh no. Well, let's see. Yeah, because one of them is 2 pieces. I just have to cut them. I forgot about that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put this one here. Short-term memory loss is a thing. I can testify to that. I just did the prototype yesterday, so it's ridiculous. But I have a lot on my mind, so much grace is sometimes needed. Okay, so that's that, and then that would be this page. So the striped paper again. So I'm going to show you how you could put it directly on here. It does not matter which way you do. This is sometimes easier because then you're not getting it on your table or, you know, on something else that you don't want it on. So it works. Either way it works. Okay. More striped paper. I love this paper, and it complements Justine's digitals really, really beautifully. So you're going to see that in a moment. Okay, so that's that. So we've got this one to cover, which is our 2 pocket pages, and then our 2 halves. So it looks like I do not have enough paper. That is a bummer. Oh, maybe I do, because I've got this and I'll cut it. So see how it fits the full width of this page. So we're going to go ahead and cut it. So I'm going to grab my pencil. Completely forgot this process. We're just going to cut it right there. And I'm going to do the same with the other one. So let me just trim those 2, and then I'll be right back, and I'll ink them while I'm away. Okay, beautimous. I'm going to set that one up there. Bring our journal back over, and then we're going to cover that. We're going to put this one here. This would be a fantastic project for if you've got you know, room in your journal, like between the signatures, if you got a large gap, which I generally do just because of the way I construct my journals. This would be a beautiful project for inside between signatures. And you could do it with just 2 bags. You could do it with, I think the person I did it with, she did 8 bags because she did a whole separate cover piece using paper bag as well. I didn't feel like that was necessary for me, but you can do what you want to do. Additionally, the paper bags I'm using are pretty thick. They're very good quality lunch bags. So, yeah. So I'm just setting that on there as well. And I'm hoping that it's not going to stick up too much. Oh, it looks pretty beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. Seamless pocket. Okay. And then we've got this one is, oh, we don't have enough. I need a piece of paper for this. So I'll have to dig through my bits over there and find something. I did not calculate this correctly. That's okay. So we'll cover this piece, and I'll just take a moment and see if I've got another background paper printed out. I'm not sure if I do or not. It's a quick and easy fix though. Okay, so I don't remember which way this was going to create it, make it look seamless. It's okay. There we go. It seems a little high, but that's all right. Seems a little high. Just making sure I don't have any glue stickage in there. And then one more piece. And I'm just gonna hold that up and see if we're evenish. Looks fantastic. So we got our little pocket there. Okay, let me take a moment and see if I've got another background paper here. Okay, I've got my new panels. I decided to go ahead and just repeat the cover pattern here. That wasn't too painful. Not too painful. I did want to make sure that it was going, I guess it's the same either way, the design, but that's another thing I sometimes forget to look at is directional things. I hope you guys are well. I'm so grateful that it is April. Very grateful it's April, closer to the end of the school year. If you're new to my channel, I work in special education in elementary school, so Waiting for summer is always a really big deal. So go ahead and put this on, and hopefully I got them moderately correct. But because we're working with the brown paper bags, it doesn't really matter that we're seeing that brown. I think it's actually quite cool. And then I don't worry about the inside being brown because I think it's really pretty. So I'm imagining that one could do a similar technique just with journal paper, with digitals. You could totally do this exact same process if you don't have paper bags. Thinking. Okay, I'm just going to turn this way just for my own view here. I'm just going to set that down again. The Fabri-Tac allows for more time to move it if you get it a little bit wonky. Now that one, for whatever reason, is bigger. I'm not sure how that would be the case, but it is. So we're going to trim that up here. You see that white, and I didn't print on the back of this just for the sake of the video, but that's okay. Yeah, easily fixed. Okay, and I'm going to just kind of ink that edge again, so I see some white core there. Okay, so now let's go ahead and decorate first so that we can get everything, making sure that it's in the right direction. So these are the bits that I thought we would use to put on the cover of these. And then these are some dividers. So like I did on my prototype, sometimes you can break up the pattern here by doing this, and it creates a really cool look. So I think we're going to do that again. So I'm just lining that up with that edge. I'm going to pencil mark it. Is this the right way? No. What are these for? Ugh. Yeah, that's what these are for. They're not as wide as my other ones, so I think this is what I intended. But you know, if it's not, we'll work with it. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm just gonna cut that with my scissors, and I'm going to bring this one up and cut it the same. This measures, I believe I did 1 1/4 inches. Yes, 1 1/4 inches wide. You don't need to do this because it would depend on how you're decorating your front and back cover with. So I'm going to ink this really quick. Oh, this is the same. I think these were for something else. I think I might regret this. I do have more of these scraps though, I believe, over to the side. Because see how this one is the exact same as my cover, and I don't want that. So I'll have to rectify that in a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tacs again so I have time to move it if I need to. This just creates a nice little separation on your cover. You could do it vertically as well. So I'm just going to put this down here. And I don't look for perfection as far as, is that exactly in the middle? No, it is not probably exactly in the middle, but I believe I have more scraps here. So let's see what we've got. Yes, I do. We'll do that one again. So I'm just going to quickly cut another one so that we can go straight away to the back as well. I could get the trimmer over, but I don't want to. So I'm just going to cut it by hand. As I like to tell people on the channel, there's no police that is going to come and examine your work and tell you if you did it right or wrong. Okay, it's just doesn't exist. So I'm going to go ahead and just prep this one just so we're ready for the back cover as well. And then once we put our embellishments on the front, we have to make sure we watch that so we don't get something upside down. Now, the difference here between my prototype and this one is that I don't have any directional pages on them in the inside of this journal. So I don't really have to worry too much about that. So I thought this one would be pretty on the front. Oops, just dropped the other one. Hold on. Or this one. Doesn't really matter. let's do this one on the front. I really like her. I know you haven't got to really see the digitals yet. I'm excited to show you when we get ready to work with the journal cards. I'll show you the images. So they're really pretty. I love this piece here. 1707, a letter from 1707. It's beautiful. So we're just going to do that. I'm thinking about grabbing some lace. So let me do that really quick as well. Apologies for the change in plan here. Let's just go with this. I thought this would be pretty under here. Yes. Oops, I just dropped the whole thing on the floor. Oh my goodness. It's feeling like Saturday. My brain's not really working. So we're just gonna do that. Oh, I like that. It pushes back a little bit of that too. So I'm just going to even up this edge. I'm just going to put some Fabri-Tac on here. And I can trim off that other edge here in a second. I just think it's a nice compliment. A little bit of lace. Beautiful lace. And I'm just going to try to trim that without messing anything up. Not too bad. It's not even, but oh, that's better. Perfect. And then I just like to take a paper towel and just kind of use my paper towel to do that. So I'm not going to turn her over and do the other side yet because it's wet, but look at that. That is going to be gorgeous. So I thought we would do something like this, or we could put, we could do that. That would be pretty, except I want to see that date. Okay, so I'm going to put this part over on the far right side. I am kind of lining it up a little bit, top to bottom, just so it's not too weird. And then I thought we could put her. We could put her here. I do have a word, so I want to make sure I can separate the word from the paper. So I think this would be a good choice right here. So let's go ahead and do it and not overthink it. I love the image of this girl. And you'll see it in the journal cards, but she's got some purple, I think it's the lavender in the image that's really pretty. So we're just going to put that right there. Yeah, beautiful. And then we've got the words. What did I do with the words? So we've got, oh, this one would be cool with journal, wouldn't it? Because yeah, that's what we're making. We're making an envelope journal. So I'm just going to round those corners. Oh, actually, that would be really pretty right there. Yes. And as I tell people on my channel, oops, in case you're new here or over from Justine's channel, her social media, I do talk with my followers a lot about how you kind of just go with the gut. Don't overthink it. Just whatever looks pleasing to you, go with that. So that is really pretty. It's simple. It's not overdone. It's not bulky. So let's turn her over and do the other side. This is another favorite image in the kit, is this girl in her beautiful pink, it's almost like a peachy pink kind of dress. So, oh, we need our paper first. So it's going to go off to this side. You could do the front and the back completely different. You wouldn't even have to put anything on the back. But there's really no reason why you have to have a front and back. It's just one side versus another side. So go ahead and put that on there. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and put her just like that. I like how that looked. So we're going to keep with that look. Fumble fingers today. Now we're going to have to put our word somewhere else because we don't have enough space here, but that's okay. So let's see what else we've got. So we've got Magnolia. I think it's a Magnolia journal, so I think we should use Magnolia. Let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and round that again with the 4mm. Spring is teasing us here. It just got suddenly very bright outside. So lovely. Oh, she could go right here. I think that would be pretty. Yeah. Or there. I think down at the bottom, just to kind of fill in some of the other space. Just a little bit of collage almost, which was not intentional. Okay, so I'm going to move those words, and then we can work on our journal cards. So let me show you these beautiful digitals. So keep in mind these are all cut down from a full sheet, but look at that. But because of the direction of the paper, these are going to go in sideways, which is not a problem, but they're big. So these cards measure 6 inches by 7. Here's another one. That's that girl I was talking to you about with the lavender. I think that purple accent is beautiful. Another larger image of that girl. And then variations of this page. So with a beautiful script. And that's, I think that's a different page with the Eiffel Tower. And then another one that's got a little bit more of the magnolias and then a bit of that. So there's going to be 2 in each pocket. So I just put a whale tail punch on the top of 1 card in each pocket. So I think I want this one to go this way because I want that dark color. So I'm going to ink up these tabs so they're ready to go. I should have done that earlier, but that's okay. Okay, and I did not round these as I mentioned, but I think I'm not going to round them on this one. On my prototype, I believe I did. Let me just grab it. Did I round the corners? Yes, I did. Oh, do I want to? You have to do it now, otherwise your stuff, it's hard to round them once the whale tail punch is on there. Oh, and we need to put some lace on the outside of this, I think. So something's a little bit weird there. Maybe it just needs a little bit of glue in there, I think. Yeah, just get a little bit of glue in there. I don't know that this would cover very well. It would probably be fine though. Yeah, we might put some of that on there as a last step. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue on a whale tail punch on top of 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I also like to stagger my tags, so I'll show you what I mean by that here. So I've got 4 journal cards that I want sticking out, and so they're all the tabs are staggered so that when they're in the pockets, they're going to look like this. Now this one's a little bit too far over, but you get the gist of it. So they're not stacking on each other. So then we can just pick random one of these to go behind it, like so. And there we go. So I wanted this one in the front. So basically it just goes like this. Uh-oh, you know what I forgot to do? The other thing you want to do is, we glued the gusset shut, but we should have glued this down. So you'd want to put a little bit of glue there and there just to get that out of the way. I will do that off camera. It's not a huge deal. It's not a deal breaker in any way. And so these are going to stick up slightly out of the pocket, which is, I did that on purpose. So this section is 7 inches wide, and these are 7 1/4 inch tall journal cards. So that's that one. And I'm going to stagger the tabs as well so that they are not all the same. So there's that one and the middle one. Again, I should have thought about that, gluing those shut. I knew I was forgetting something. Slide that in. Okay, they stick out. So pretty. This one. And so this one's a little bit smaller. I'm not sure why I cut it smaller, but it does not matter in terms of width. Okay, like so. And then the last ones go in here. And I think off camera, I probably will put some pockets on these. One could also put a signature in if you wanted to go that far. You could put a signature here. You could put two signatures. You could put a signature here and a signature here. And that would be lovely as well. I'm not doing that for today's project, but look at what that looks like. Isn't that cool? Love it. Love it. Why are we uneven though? Something's sticking. Okay, so these are our small journal cards. The video is going very long today, so I'm just going to show you what these would look like. So I haven't inked them. They're just going to go in the pocket. And because I didn't make them different sizes, you could actually stick one down low and stick the other one up higher. So like this, so that you see a little bit more of that image. Okay, so that's that, the one side. And then you can stick one here. So there are 3 pockets that are this size in our project. And then we'll stick this one back there. Stick it up a little bit. And now you could put whale tail punches on those too, but that would make it pretty, it bulks it up quite a bit. And then our last one is over here. So we'll go here. And here. Okay. So off camera, again, I probably will put a belly band or something. I'm not exactly sure what I'll do, but because the other thing is that, well, I will decorate these. So I'll decorate the pockets because that would be a nice extra element. But the other thing about this is this is a journal. So this could be writing space. Okay. This could be writing space, this could be writing space, and this could be writing space. So you don't have to fill it up with a pocket. You don't have to feel like you have to do that. So, but I'm going to call it a day because this has been a long video. And why are we so gappy there? I guess I didn't glue that sufficiently. Is that a pocket? That is a pocket. No, it's not. That's a gusset. So I'll have to glue that shut. That came undone. But that is our video for today. Again, everything that you need to know is linked down below in the description box. All of the social media for Justine over at House of Mahalo. If you don't already know her, check her out. She has fabulous content. She's a fun creator to watch. She's very mellow and very soft-spoken, and she gets to the point with her stuff, and she creates a lot of tutorials and videos using junk and reusing, that whole concept of recycle, reuse, repurpose. So she does that in a grand way. So I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.